students. I think everybody should log in at right time, not delayed.
Yeah.
We can start the class first.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay, hope you can see the slides. Okay, so last class we started with the reinforcement learning. So we covered what is reinforcement learning and what is the difference between the supervised and unsupervised learning. So I told you, usually the reinforcement learning, it will be used in the case of like if there is a difficulty in the labeling the data and providing the data and training the data. So in that case, we will go with the reinforcement learning. Usually it is used in robotic path navigation and gamings. Okay, then again in self-driving cars and all, we are using the reinforcement learning. And we had done the comparison between supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. And again, what is positive reinforcement and what is negative reinforcement we learned. Okay, then about this, what is agent and what is mean by reward, all that things we covered. Okay, and states how it's changing from moving from one state to another state based on the Markovian decision process, and about this diagram also explained. Okay, so now, which are the elements of reinforcement learning? So once again, I'll explain the elements of reinforcement learning. So I thought I will show the textbook and I will explain these concepts, because whatever things coming now, or whatever things I need to cover, the elements of reinforcement learning, and again, what is exploration and exploitation? Only these topics are pending. So I will show the textbook and I will explain, I thought. So two textbook I shared last week. One is Sutton Barto, the same textbook. Okay, so in this, you can see the first chapter itself. I had highlighted it, and the same thing I shared to you. Yeah. Hope you can see the textbook PDF. I had shared the same in Teams. Okay. So you can see here, in the first chapter, you need to go through the first chapter. So first chapter mainly talk about what is reinforcement learning. In the initially what is reinforcement learning. That is, we already discussed about that reinforcement learning. So mainly it is trying to discover and from the environment, the agent is trying to discover from the environment, and it is trying to get the maximum reward. So it's a kind of trial and error method only, and it's different from supervised and unsupervised method. So what is the difference also we discussed. Okay, so mostly in the case of supervised learning, we will provide the label, okay, and we will give the training. But in the case of reinforcement learning, it may be used in situations where it's difficult to provide the labeling and give the training. So especially in the case of gaming and all, there may be several moves, so it's difficult to collect all the data with labeling and give the training. Suppose if we collect the data with labeling, maybe one player is playing the entire day, so that data can be collected and labeled and we can provide it. But the problem with that also we learn, that is, if we give the supervised learning training, in that case the machine will be able to imitate or replicate the human being, but it may not be able to outperform the human being. But in the case of reinforcement learning, it is trying to observe from that environment and it is trying to learn by itself. Okay, it's a kind of trial and error method. So initially it may fail, but it will be slowly learning, okay, from the experience, and it will outperform the human beings also. Okay, so that's a difference between supervised and unsupervised. Okay, and the main challenge in the case of reinforcement learning is the trade-off between the exploration and exploitation. So we need to learn about what is exploration and what is exploitation. So exploration, that is, when it try to learn from the environment, the agent, when it try to learn from the environment, it has to do exploration and exploitation. So what is this exploitation and exploration? Exploitation means already it would have explored some path, or maybe in the case of games means it would have tried some moves. Maybe it would have got some rewards. Okay, the same next time it will remember that, and it is trying to it will try to move this in the same path, or maybe if it is a specific move in the game means it is trying to use the same move again. Okay, because previously when it has done that move, it got the reward. Okay, so same thing if it is trying to do again, that is called as a exploitation. Exploration means it is trying to move through different path. In the case of path navigation means it is trying to explore a new path, that is called as a exploration. So just consider an example. Maybe in the robotic path navigation, maybe robot is in one particular position, and I'm asking to go to the kitchen and take the water. So consider that there is two paths. So previously one path it has explored and it has already reached the kitchen and it got the reward. Maybe consider that two paths is there, one is having longer distance and one is having shorter distance. So previously it has explored the longer distance and it got the reward. Okay, so next time again same thing, if it is using means it won't try to explore the shorter path. If it is doing the exploitation means the previously whatever things it has used and it has got the reward, the same thing if it is trying to use again, that's called as a exploitation. Exploration means the new thing if it is trying to explore, that's called as a exploration. So already it has explored the longer distance path to the kitchen and it got the reward, but thinking that okay, that's the right path, and since I got the reward, that will be the correct path. So again and again if it is exploiting the same path, it won't discover the new path which is having the shorter distance. Okay, so that is a problem. So if it is getting a reward, still it need to explore the new path. Only then it can try to get, okay, it will try to understand that okay, that's a shorter path. And again in the games, maybe chess or something, so maybe the opponent had made a one move, then the agent has several moves. Okay, it can explore several moves. So one move it had made, so same thing next time when it play also same thing, same moves itself it is trying to exploit. Then what happens is it won't try to discover new moves. Okay, so sometimes we may be getting, it may be getting, the agent may be getting better rewards than that, but if it is not trying to explore, it won't understand that, and it will be like taking the longer path, or it will be taking the moves which is not that good, or not reaching the winning position soon or something like that. Okay, so it is a kind of trade-off between exploration and exploitation. So it has to try to explore and it has to try to exploit also. Exploit in certain cases, whatever it has, it got the reward, but it don't does not know that whether that is a maximum reward or not. Okay, so it is a kind of trade-off between exploitation and exploration. Okay, actually it is a kind of unresolved problem. We can tell that whether it has to always exploit the same path or same moves whatever it has used, or it has to explore a new thing. Okay, so that's one of the problem with the reinforcement learning, that won't come in supervised or unsupervised learning. Okay, so same thing I had given in the slides also, same thing I explained here. So you read the textbook properly, this part exploration and exploitation, you can read it. Okay, so next is, yeah, some of the examples it is given. Okay, already we had discussed some examples, the chess playing, and some examples it is given, robot, then some Phil prepares his breakfast. All these things you can read it, you can go through these things. Okay. And next is elements of reinforcement learning. That is from in the slides, we need to cover that next. That is, which are the elements of the reinforcement learning. Last class, I just told you which are the elements of reinforcement learning. We have mainly four elements in reinforcement learning. One is policy, reward, then the value and the model. Okay. So what is these things we will see? So policy means it is a kind of set of rules. Okay, so when an agent has to explore in a particular environment, okay, how the agent should behave, or how the agent should move from one state to another state, what action it should do it based on the rewards. When it get a positive reward, what should be done? When it get a negative reward, what should be done? All that things, it's clearly defined. That is a policy. Okay, so in a particular environment, suppose if it's a game, okay, maybe chess game, so it how it should move. Each pieces in that game, in that chess, it has several rules, right? Okay, if it is king, how it should move. If it is a queen, how it should move. So all that things it is defined. So in that environment, when the agent tried to explore how it should behave, okay, how it should move from one state to another state. If it is a robotic path navigation, the robot should try to explore the path, so it should move left, right, front or back. So that will be its movement. Okay, and when it gets a reward, what should be done? It should move in the same path, or it should explore the other path. So all that things, that's a policy. Policy means it is how that learning agent should behave in that particular environment. So that is defined. That is a in that particular environment, or stimulus response rules. Stimulus response rule mean in that particular environment, according to that conditions, how it should behave, how it should respond, how it should move from one state to another state based on the action, based on the rewards what it achieve. Okay, so what actions it should give. So all that things it is defined. That's called as a policy. So based on that policy, it works in that particular environment. So next is reward. So what is mean by reward? So already we discussed about the reward. So agent, when it try to explore in that environment, always it gets a reward, and its aim is try to achieve the maximum reward. So maybe in the game means first it got this much reward, maybe 10 points or something. Next time it should try to explore a new moves or new paths, and it should try to maximize its rewards. So when it get the maximum reward, that time it will understand that okay, that will be the better game than the previous one, or that will be the better path navigation than the previous one. So all that things it is trying to understand. That is the reward. Okay, so based on its action, immediately what it receive, okay, that is called as a reward. So based on that reward, again it will change its actions. Okay, so that is already it is defined in policy. And what is reward? Hope you understood. So next is value. So what is the difference between this value and the reward? The reward means immediately, according to its actions in that environment, what it gets immediately, that's called as a reward. But value means it is a total rewards, okay, that it expect to accumulate from that state till the end. That means maybe you just consider like a yeah, in the case of game or something. Okay, there is the agent and the opponent, they are playing. So consider that the opponent lost the queen. Okay, so in that case, maybe opponent lost the queen means the agent have the chance to win, because the main piece in that chess game, the opponent lost it. So that agent is having the probability to win. Okay, so how much percentage or how much chance is there for the agents to win? How to calculate that? That means in the future, how many rewards it will be getting. So based on that, how many rewards the agent may be getting, and how many rewards, or maybe how much chance is there for the opponent to win. So how it will be found out? It will be based on the value. So value means from that particular point, from that particular state in the future, okay, how much it will expect to accumulate so that it can win, or it will lose. Okay, so if the suppose agent lose the queen, so in that case the probability to win will be less. Okay, maybe the opponent may win. Okay, because the agent lost the main piece in that chess game. So in that case, okay, how it is finding that probability, or how it is finding that the total reward, how much it should achieve to win. Okay, so in that case we will be using the value. So value is the state, the total amount of reward an agent can expect to accumulate over the future, starting from that state to the till the end, how much it need to achieve. So that is that reward is called as a value. Okay, so the total rewards it need to achieve in future from that particular state, that is called as the value. So when that value is used, or how it is important, so in the games or whatever it is, to understand that okay, from this state, okay, how much chance is there for me to win, for the agent to win. Okay, to understand that, it will be calculating the value. Okay, whether the agent will fail or not. So accordingly, it may change its moves, or it may be, if it's path navigation, it may change its path. Okay, so because it should try to achieve maximum reward, so it is having less probability to win. So it should again try to achieve maximum getting the rewards. It should try to change its path, or whether it should exploit the same path, or exploit the same moves, whether it should explore this new things. All that things it will decide based on that one. Okay, so that is value. So next one is model. Okay, so model means actually it is a kind of simulator, we can tell. Okay, so it mimics the behavior of the actual environment. So something which mimics the behavior of the actual environment is called as a model. Some reinforcement learning techniques are model based, some are model free. Model free methods mean we won't use any kind of environment, kind of simulator environment we won't be using. That's called as a model free method. Model based method means instead of trying in the actual environment, it will be trying in the means a kind of a simulator environment, so that it can explore and it can understand what action should be taken. Okay, all that things it will try to understand from that environment. So it is given a state and action. The model might predict the result and next state and next reward. So this models, it is used for planning. Okay, so maybe you will be having some robots. Okay, anyone is having any robots at your home? Whether for cleaning the house, now you can see we can get many robots, like around 20,000 and all, we can get the robots for cleaning the house and all. Okay, so whether anyone is having a robot at your home? Yes or no? Okay, so for cleaning purpose and all, nowadays many are using the robots. So it will be cleaning all the rooms. So how that is achieved? So initially, suppose if it's a model free method, means the robot itself, we are trying to give the plan of your house and making it to get it trained in your house itself. If it's a model free method, means model based method means they would have already given some training, and the robot will be knowing, okay, maybe depending on different house plans, if it's given, means suddenly it will be, means immediately it will be able to find the path, and it will be able to do the cleaning properly. If so, in that case and all, they would have already given some paths and given many training. Okay, when it get the charge is drained out, it should automatically, it will only, the robot only will go to the corresponding position and charge. So when this much charge is remaining, it will only go and it will only do the charging. So we don't have to again go and plug in all that things, we don't have to do it. And again, the pattern or the how to clean it, or how in which pattern it should move and clean all the rooms, and this is our home layout. If it's given, means how it should move in each room, and if it's any obstacle comes, what it should be done. All that things initially itself, that the training would have given. Okay, though it is a reinforcement learning with a different environment, okay, with a model environment, it would have got the training, so that it will can easily adapt to the different plans. Okay, so if we are buying a robot, we can only, with the help of an app, we can set it up, and we can feed our room layout to the that particular app, and accordingly it will clean your house. And if the charge it's getting reduced, it will only go and do the charging. All that things it will be doing. Okay, so model based method means there will be another model, okay, which mimics the actual environment, so that it can get it trained in that environment, so that it can be easily adapt to a new environment. Okay, that's a model based method. Model free method means it is completely trial and error method. Okay, so model free method that are explicitly trial and error. Okay, there won't be any particular new there won't be any environment, we wouldn't have given training to that particular environment. So it is completely new, it is trying to explore in that new environment and trying to learn. That's a model free method. Okay, so these are the 4 things. So you need to read the textbook. I had already uploaded it in the Teams, so it's already highlighted, so you can see that important points. Other than that also, you completely read it. Okay, so 4 elements: policy, reward, value, and model. Okay, so you can read all these things. Next, another example. tic-tac-toe, how based on that example it is explained. You can go through that one. Okay, so here also I think, yeah, it is explaining about like a, yeah, you can see this diagram. Yeah, when a particular maybe the opponent is making a move, you can see here opponent is making a move, how the agent should move. So either in any game, chess or any tic tac or any game or go, when you consider when the agent, when the opponent makes a move, the agent will have several moves. Okay, several possibilities are there. So in that, which one should be selected? So how it can understand that? Okay, so several optimization techniques, or it may be finding the probability, or it may be it will for achieving this it may be using some dynamic programming, and it will be trying to explore. Maybe sometimes it will exploit the same moves previously what it has done, or it will try to explore new paths. So it will update the reward. That is, suppose if it's trying to explore new moves or new path, or if it is exploiting the same thing, so if there is any reward, whatever it is achieved, it is if it is getting updated, it will be updating. That is, okay, the next time when I explode the new path, okay, the reward is now it is better. So I, instead of 10, I got 15 rewards, so that will be updated. So again, you can see opponent has made the move, then the agent has several moves, several possibilities are there. So the E star, it is given that, okay, this path previously explored and you got the maximum reward, but it is trying to explore a new path. Okay, so it's not exploiting the same thing, it's trying to explore a new path. Again, opponents move, again the agent, how it is moving, or how many possibilities it will be having, from that how it is exploring new path or exploiting, and based on that the reward